there's a J. Cole,
and
there's a Joey Badass, there's a Rhapsody, there's a Nitty Scott. Like there's all these different people that are out there, and the thing that's different than when I was younger, because I'm old as hell. The thing that's different is that there wasn't just like everybody focused in this one direction. There's this wide range of things, so you can find what you love, and you'll find a lot of people that love it. So there's more music than ever before. Now that's the positive side of it. The negative side of it to me is that the entry point to make music now is so low, and because people are constantly trying to keep attention, that actually I feel in many ways it drives the quality of music down for some artists. Right. So for example, if your whole goal is to put out a song a week, you'll
start to be bullshit.
The songs are gonna eventually feel like you're not living life, so you're not getting in a place where you're learning something new, so you can say something new. Then if you rap on one style of beat, you're gonna be in the same pocket and rap about the same stuff. If you're using your music like that to keep attention, people are following that Wayne model. Like remember when he went on that mixtape?
Yeah, he went crazy.
But the problem is people don't understand what happened before that.
Exactly.
Before that happened.
So time.
Well, not even just the time, but also the situation. He had written all these rhymes. I don't know if you ever. There was a documentary that they did, and it was an interview with him, and he was like, "Yo, I had all these books and books and books and books of rhymes." Right. So when he came, he just recorded all the stuff he had already written. He just kept recording and kept recording it. So just imagine if for a year you wrote all this music, and then you recorded it and just put it all out. So you had a new song every single day, and that, in many ways, is kind of the model that people are doing today to kind of keep people's attention. People were trying to do that for a while, but
it's hard, man.
It's hard, and there's a lot of songs that if you listen to them, they almost sound like the skeleton of a good idea. Yeah. Like if you had just kept
finished.
You kept the song for another week, you might have had a killer.
Exactly. Like
now you got a song, but the overall quality is all gone down. So yeah, you do have a killer. It's just like songs are coming out unmixed. It's just a whole different energy. Yeah. But there's also other places where you can get somebody like I said, a Joey who takes the time to craft his records. Somebody like a J. Cole or whoever else. Or even when you look at somebody like Prime. You know what I mean? What you call it? What I was saying, P-Rock. Premier. Premier and Royce the 5'9", the group that they did. Yeah, when you look at that record, like they took their time and crafted it, and it sounds good. And so there's a space for you to find anything that you want and anything that you enjoy.
It sounds like you're saying too, it's important for people to stay authentic. And it's not to chase all the time. It sounds like a lot of these celebrities or producers and artists and rappers and whatever are always chasing. They're trying to go after something in order to stay relevant. But it's just like, hey, if you're staying true to you, then you're always relevant to yourself. And that's not. But it's just not as valuable anymore, right? Because the artist who does stay true to themselves and finds the value in their artwork in the way that they find it may no longer be talked about after a month.
Well, part of it is I think that people want to be in the hot spot. Right. They want to be on. They want to be on a Hot 97, 10 times a day. They want to be in that space. And there's only a few people that can maintain and be in that space. And
they're paying for that slot to be played over and over and over and over again.
I mean, it depends on the station. I think but honestly, when it comes to payola, because a lot of people think that, a lot of the money stuff doesn't happen at big stations like that. It actually happens in the third and secondary markets. Okay. That's where that happens, really. In terms of, from what people I know that are in the industry,
paying for their stuff.
Yeah, but when you get up to the Hot 97s, that doesn't happen that same way. I'm sure in the history of that station it may have. Yeah.
Oh,
but I'm just saying, for the most part, in terms of like, okay, here's a sack of money, get me on the playlist. Like that's not gonna happen because
they keep the same songs playing though. Like if you ever listen to the radio for like an hour straight or 2 hours straight, you'll hear the same exact songs on rotation.
That's based on listening patterns and how people work. Nice. Because most people listen to the radio station.
Yeah, it's like an hour, 40 minutes.
They don't know less than that. Yeah. So what they do is they're playing the song so frequently so that they ensure that you hear the song that you want to hear during those brief times that you listen to the radio, which makes you come back. So that's why you hear those songs over and over again.
One question I wanted to ask you, you were talking about how a lot of the artists are releasing, you know, unfinished musics, albums.
That's what it feels like.
A lot of EPs I've seen coming out now. It's like everybody got an EP. How do you feel about that? Where should they be waiting? Should they even be releasing those music and those EPs and unfinished songs?
I mean, I feel like you do what you feel like it's the artist is always having a communication, a conversation with the audience. Mm-hmm. So I feel like as an artist, you have the conversation that you need to have with the audience. So if somebody put out an EP every quarter, and that was 4 EPs, 4 EPs in a year, I think that would be dope if they're quality pieces of work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just a matter of it being quality. I think, it's just like every single one of us has our path to kind of be on. So I don't necessarily slight anybody who wants to do that. My whole thing is I just want it to be dope. Okay. Whatever you do, just make it dope and make it real. I want you to be who you are. Right. I don't want you to, you don't show up to the party in your brother's shirt. Show up in your shirt.
Hey, man. But one of the last questions I wanted to ask you, and how do you balance your professional career and personal music interests? When you're reporting on this one, and then what are you listening to personally? Are you listening to the same music, the same albums? How do you keep that balance between career and personal?
I'm fortunate in that I just kind of have a curiosity that just forces me to listen to everything. Okay. So I'm at least gonna listen to it because I'm just like, somebody came out with something new, let me check it out. Mm-hmm. But I also do a thing where I also do like music cleanses. So I'll go back and I'll listen to like 80s house music, or I'll listen to something that's completely off center, just because I don't want to have like this tainted ear where everything starts to sing. I do that a hot moment or whatever. Album I haven't heard in a while. Yeah, or I'll go listen to like some 90s reggae or something like that. So I'll make it a point to kind of balance it out with that. But generally, I love the fact that I kind of get a chance to listen to stuff first, or I get to really kind of get a look at what's going on. So,
what's your favorite genre of all that you listen to? Because it seems like you listen to everything to keep your ear.
I do listen to everything. I think it's hip hop. I think there's an authenticity when hip hop. To me, hip hop is the truth. So whatever your truth is, it may be different. So Lauryn Hill is going to be different than Cardi B. Cardi B is going to be different than Drake. So my whole thing is I don't care what your perspective is. I just want it to be real. I don't want to hear you try to put on somebody else's vibe and their energy because you're trying to chase a hit. Tell me the real story of who you are. One of the reasons that people love Cardi B, it's not because she's the greatest rapper in the world. It's because it feels like she's telling you the truth. Like Jay-Z, he does not feel like, you don't feel like he lied to you.
No, exactly.
All right.
That's what's up. So where can the people find you?
KillerBoombox.com. That's where I'm at all times. And you can check us out on social media at KillerBoombox.com, or you can check me out personally at G.Valentino Ball on all social media.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
You're listening to the Urban Collective Show.